Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back to Hanging with Mangg, where we're playing a little Silk Song, a little skong action. I haven't really replayed this game since it came out. Still waiting for the randomizer to come out so that I can do a little archipelago action. I think that'll be great. Combine it with the first Hollow Knight. Oh my god. Gonna be off the chain. Yeah, anyways. This week on this channel, we had more Dominions. Yes, I recorded a lot of fucking Dominions across the span of 4 months. It was literally the only game I played for 4 months. So it's going to keep coming. Yeah, so that's where that's at. I have like another couple hundred or something to upload. At least. But it'll all get uploaded eventually, and then I'll record more Dominions. That's the plan. We also had, what did we have? Wizardry. Yeah, plenty of wizardry. We're on Wizardry 7 now, and that is pretty much the last one I have recorded. I started recording Wizardry a little bit, but not nearly done. And I haven't gone back to it. I probably should. Instead, I've started to record a game called Grimoire, which is essentially just like one man's magnum opus 20-year project in order to make his own version of Wizardry 7. So it's basically Wizardry 7. Wizardry 8 was pretty cool when I did play it way back, but I was just kind of burned out on Wizardry, so I'm sure I could get back to it, though. Right. And then, in addition to that, it's been solo RPGs, of which I still have been recording a bunch of that. Yeah, this is, not becoming much of a variety channel, is it? But it seems like these days, the most amount of comments I get are just on, like, solo RPGs and Dominion stuff. So, yeah, that's what I like. And I think we looked recently at what was on the horizon, and I don't think there was much to talk about, so I'm not going to make any questionable promises about games to come. We'll just kind of see. I didn't look at the Steam store today. See if anything hot and new came out. Usually games don't drop during a sale, though. No. Yeah, so then, you know. There was that Dispatch game that came out that's getting a lot of rave reviews and everything, but it's not, it doesn't seem like much of a video game. It seems like a show that you watch. And unless you're the type of, like, streamer or something that talks over cinematics, I just feel like it's probably not that interesting to record. And in general, I don't really have much interest in games like that, because they're not really games. I mean, we had fun with some of the, like, FMV games, like Her Story. I mean, we looked at a handful of those. Those are kind of fun, but that's... I don't know, I felt like those were a bit more of an investigative thing. I don't know. So, yeah, beyond that, it's just gonna keep on keeping on. More Dominions, more solo RPG. After Wizardry 7, that's a good question. I think I'll probably have to upload that Battletech stuff that I recorded a while ago. And then we'll see. I do eventually have to record something that isn't solo RPGs or Dominions. I don't know. I'll see. I'll see what strikes the mood of something I want to record. Over on the Exploring series, put out Fractal Part 1. And that did all right. I mean, you know, the multi-parters tend to not do that well. I think a lot of people wait for the combined fucking video. But then when I do put out the combined video, those don't tend to do that well either, because a lot of people... it's too long, or people just forget it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Really, I would have to basically say, hey, for the next 3 weeks, I'm just working on this, alright? I'm not going to do multi-parters. I'm just going to put it all out as one thing. But I don't think that actually will end up getting me more views in the long run, compared to my current strategy. I don't know. It's fine. So, Fractal Part 2, and then Fractal Part 3. The final Fractal will be next Monday, and then I'll be going on hiatus from Exploring series, not from Let's Plays. Never hiatus from Let's Plays. Which tells you the difference, I suppose. Even though that one actually is my career and makes me money, but that's perhaps why you got to take a break from it. Yeah, that's where that is. That's what that's all about. I guess that's sort of it to say. As far as an update, I guess, I mean, how much interesting things to mention. My updates usually aren't that interesting. Right, yeah, so I didn't have a normal scheduled group RPG session this week. We were all, you know, preoccupied from the holidays and stuff. We're going to be starting up something next week, and we're actually not going to be doing a fantasy thing. We're going to take a brief break from fantasy, and because I recently discovered this very cool RPG. I guess I didn't recently discover it, but I recently tried it and looked into it, called Mothership, which is sci-fi horror, like Alien. And Yeah, I did a little bit of solo with it, and it seemed really badass. Not something that I would really want to play solo. It felt like... I'm not sure why exactly, but it just felt like a high degree of cognitive load. Like, I really had to just, like, stress my brain when I was playing solo. I'm not quite sure why. I can't pinpoint it. But it just did. Like, after I did a session, it just kind of felt drained. But I was like, this is going to be awesome to run, and I would love to play in it. And so I asked, you know, the family their thoughts and stuff, and everyone seemed kind of interested, or at least willing. So, yeah, we're going to run, like, the little introductory module for it called Another Bug Hunt. Which, as you can maybe guess, is quite inspired by aliens. Since that is a line from the movie. And, yeah, probably like 2 or 3 weeks or something. Just a nice change of pace compared to standard goblins and orcs in a fantasy world, fireballs and magic swords. And then we're gonna go to Shadowdark then at that point. But it should be good. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun. I did, however, run a session this week. I had mentioned this previously that I had the idea. Maybe I'm more into DMing than I thought. I don't know. But I had the idea of DMing a Christmas one-shot for some family. Because we get together the day after Christmas. And I was like, why don't I run something? People might enjoy it. We might get people that haven't played an RPG before. So I ran the Doom That Came to Christmas Town from Dungeon Crawl Classics. I ran it with Shadowdark. And it's a very... It was like the perfect module, really. Like, it was very whimsical. It wasn't, like, super kidsy or anything. You know, it wasn't written for children. But it was written as just like, let's not take this too seriously, Christmas special. And it had just like boatloads of references to those old like claymation movies and TV specials and stuff, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and things like that. And yeah, it ended up just being like the perfect thing. I ran it for Lego, my nephew, and my sister, who have all played before. And then my other sister, as well as 2 of my nieces. And they have never played before. They really had no clue. But everyone fucking loved it. Like, it was a smash hit, man. It was probably the most successful... Maybe the most successful DMing I've ever done. As far as, like, the outcome and everything. Especially for new players. Like, it was really good. You know, I ran it with Shadowdark because I knew it was a pretty simple system, and I just like Shadowdark, and I'm familiar with it quite a bit. I could have ran it with, like, Maze Rats or something even simpler, but Shadowdark worked well, especially because they got barely into almost any fights, so that helped. And my sister, well, one of my sisters, she stopped playing with us. Partly because, you know, there tended to be a lot of combat. You know, she stopped playing in the middle of a campaign that I was running of Red Hand of Doom, which is you literally against an army of, like, hobgoblins and things like that. So it's like, yeah, it's pretty... That was a pretty combat-heavy campaign. And she didn't like that. She liked finding, like, alternative ways around combat, which is, you know, I can relate to quite a bit, for sure. But, you know, rather than, like, giving up, I just try to find ways around combat. But anyway, she really liked it because this module, it had very little combat. There was really only one encounter that they did where they actually had to, like, fight something and trade blows with it and swing and kill it or you know, something like that. Everything else kind of had alternative ways where they could... Fuck. They could find a way around or circumvent the fight or just kind of neutralize the fight. Oh, fuck. Oh, I have to go underneath them, that's right. And they all had kind of like... I gave them pre-generated characters from the module that were all pretty whimsical. Like, one person was Mrs. Claus, one person was Cindy Lou Who, another person was a reindeer, another was like a dwarven snowman. My sister, she played a the elf foreman of the toy workshop. So, I mean, it was a lot of that, like that sort of tone. And they found Yukon of Cornelius, and they found Rudolph, and they rescued Rudolph and Hermie. Yeah, so it was really a smash hit. Everyone really loved it. So, I was pretty pleased. I mean, it might be a tradition now at this point. Or maybe they'll want to do another one next year, and I'll do another Christmas module. I mean, I think DCC puts out a Christmas-themed module every year, but I think they alternate between Dungeon Crawl Classics and X Crawl Classics, which is like, I think it's their more like science fiction one or something like that. I haven't looked into it. Thoughts on Prime 4? I haven't played it, and I haven't looked into it. I don't have a Switch, too. I actually don't even have a Switch. I think I was going to look into the emulation situation to see if I could just buy it digitally and then emulate it, but it really hasn't been... Fucking hell. Forgot about this asshole. It hasn't really been on my radar at all. Because I'm more of a 2D Metroid guy anyways. So yeah, I mean, I don't think any of the new people that I taught it to are going to be like, oh my god, please let me come to game night. All that, you know, it's just like, I don't think that'll happen. But I mean, you never know, and it's like their eyes have been opened to this whole new hobby, and I don't know what they thought of it beforehand or anything. They'd never played it, they never looked into it, but yeah, it can be damn fun. So I'm glad that I could do a good enough job that they had a good time and everyone enjoyed it. And Shadow Dark is pretty good. I mean, I ran like it. I didn't know that they weren't going to get into any combats really, but I gave them pretty beefy characters. The pre-gens were for DCC, so I just converted them, but I kept things pretty, like I gave them the same stats and pretty much the same hit point totals from DCC, but they were like, I think they were inflated hit point totals. Like, I don't think those characters could actually have that much hit points at level 2. But I was like, that's perfectly fine. I didn't really want anybody to die. And I ran it pretty casually. You know, I didn't emphasize... I had no random encounters because I knew we didn't have that much time. So there were no random encounters between locations. And I didn't fudge any dice, but I didn't really need to. I mean, the only fight they got into, it was like 6 versus 1. So it wasn't that bad. The only thing where it's like probably somewhat obvious that I was like trying not to kill anyone was at the finale. They were in the Grinch's cave and there was like a trap door that he opens up, and they all fall down, and everyone made their save except for Mrs. Claus. And yeah, they used up like all their luck tokens and all that, and the reindeer had a flight ability that she could fly for a couple rounds. So she's like, well, I fly down and grab her and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay. And then you roll, and it's like just multiple failed rolls in a row. She rolled like a 1, a 2, a 1. It was terrible. But then the last luck token they had, she managed to roll a success, like a 15. I was like, all right, you save her. Thank God. Because otherwise it's just like, yeah, you get to sit out for the finale and you're down at the bottom of the mountain or whatever, down the trapdoor. It's just, that's kind of lame. But yeah, everyone won, and it was good. And then we ate tacos. That's a good fucking day right there. Yeah, so that was good. That was good. And I said to my brother afterwards, I was like, yeah, our game of Mothership this week is going to be quite different compared to that. But enjoy it while it lasts. So that's pretty much that, you know. More Dominions. More solo RPGs. Plenty more. I just recorded some more today. I can't seem to stop. It's like the only thing that thrills me right now. Or entertains me, at least. Fuck. Oh, I parried it and then I fucked up. There we go. Easy peasy. Right, more solo RPGs, more Dominions, more Wizardry, and then something, probably that the Battletech videos I recorded. And Two Brothers, we're doing some Shadow Dark on Wednesday. That should be fun. We're starting up basically a new campaign. If you weren't following our escapades, we ended up clearing out a whole dungeon, top to bottom. We completed like this holy quest from the Iron God to clear out the catacombs, and it was great. And we got a bunch of loot, insane amount of XP, and we were hauling everything back to town, and we got attacked by zombies. And rather than being smart about it, we just kind of ran in and tried to kill 11 zombies, and we died. And that was it. I think I have a tendency when I'm playing with Lego to slip a bit more into DM mode and let him make the decisions. But that was the whole point of this, was actually for me not to do that and for me to make a lot of decisions so that he could learn how to maybe be a slightly more clever and intelligent. So that was really, we should have save scummed that probably. And been like, okay, that's maybe what you guys would have done if I was DMing for you guys. This is what I would do. But anyways, we're going to start something fresh on Wednesday, and we got 4 characters this time instead of 3. And we're not going to be idiots, and we're playing Shadow Dark. It's going to be good. Tune in. Tune in, please. Yeah, and then Fractal Part 2 over on the Exploring series. Not a super long video. I decided I didn't want to make an hour-and-a-half long video during Christmas week, so it's a bit short, but that's all right. All right. My name is Mangg. This has been Hanging with Mangg. I'll see you fine folks next week.